So today I'm going to show you how to complete pages 4 and 5 of your Timbuktu packet. So we have at the start, we've got the definition of what a site of encounter is. Because our whole plan today is we're going to try to figure out how do we know Timbuktu was a site of encounter. So what is a site of encounter? It is a city or location where people from all different places and cultures come together and share goods, ideas, and technology. So you'll see that I got our definition, but really the key part here is that it's a place where people come together from all different places and cultures. So you're going to do that by looking at some artifacts. So you will need to open up the Exploring Timbuktu webpage. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And you're going to read through the first slide. Once you've read the first slide, go on to slide number 2, where you'll see a picture of the city of Timbuktu. So let's go ahead and start that. So I went over to my canvas in week 25. We've got Exploring Timbuktu. And I'm going to click that link. Okay, so imagine you have traveled back to the medieval city of Timbuktu. In 2023, Miss Myers has been talking about how Timbuktu was a site of encounter, but who knows if she is to be trusted. Your task is to find evidence that answers the question, how do we know Timbuktu was a site of encounter? So this is your map, and you're going to see that as you are exploring Timbuktu, these are some of the artifacts that you found. You're going to pay special attention really to the blue ones. The red ones, the directions are just a little bit different, and I'm just going to go over the directions for the blue ones today. But that's enough to complete your assignment. So we're going to open up a blue one. You've got the artifact that you found. So you have discovered a piece of silk left next to a page that Ibn Fad al-Umari, please forgive my pronunciation, used to record his observations of the city of Timbuktu in the 14th century. So this is the piece of silk, and then this is the page of his journal where he had recorded what he saw. So the journal says, the king of this realm sits in his palace. About 30 slaves stand behind him, Turks and others who are brought for him in Egypt. One of them carries in his hand a parasol of silk, topped by a dome and a bird of gold in a shape of a falcon. And we can see right here that a parasol is it's a little umbrella that's made to block the sun. And then we have a couple of think about it questions down here. So let's start filling in our graphic organizer. So the first thing you're supposed to do is to draw a sketch of what that artifact looks like. It doesn't have to be a beautiful sketch, doesn't have to be an amazing picture, but you're going to draw a little picture of the artifact. Then you're going to describe what you see for the artifact. So for this one, I see a piece of fabric made of silk with a design and some birds. So just kind of explaining what is it that you see when you're looking at our artifact right here. Got some lovely little birds there. Okay. And my next step is to answer one of my 2 think about it questions. So I get to choose which one I want to answer. And I'm going to answer the first one. So what do you know about silk? Where does it come from? So coming back over here, answer one of the think about it questions. I know that silk that does not need to be capitalized. Let me go back. Silk was created in China, and only the Chinese knew how to make it. It was traded along the Silk Road. Oh, goodness gracious. The Silk Road. Perfect. Okay. And now I have to really think about it. So it says, how does this artifact prove that Timbuktu was a site of encounter? So this was an object that was made in China, was found in the city in Mali in Africa. The two groups, the two places had to come into contact with each other. That. And I want to make sure, don't forget this, that this was artifact number 1. So I'm going to label that as number 1. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click go back to the city, and I've got some other artifacts that I can look at. I'm going to pull up another blue one. It doesn't have to be number 2. You can do whichever numbers you want in whatever order, but go back to there and pick another artifact, go through, describe it, draw it, answer a think about it question, and how it proves that that Timbuktu was a site of encounter. All right, good luck.